Hello everybody, welcome to your daily pop of positivity. How is everybody? I was so attracted to these cards, and thank you so much, Christine, for these today, because I find them a really peaceful deck. They just kind of help me, and it is about surrendering. It's surrendering to stillness, to calmness, to simplicity, one thing at a time. I sometimes get in that locomotion mode, and we all know that, right? Like, we start to inundate our minds with all these things we think we have to do, and we simply don't need to hurry and be harried. Now, I'm really excited because, like, today I even took the time when I woke up, again, that kind of weird programmed thinking, like, are all the animals fed? Oh, what time is it? And then all of a sudden my mind was racing. So I did what I did yesterday. I was like, flow into the day. Flow into each moment, calm, really deep breathing. And I'm finding with this, all of this, and surrendering and using these concepts, like, my digestion is so much better. Because oftentimes, you'll eat and then you'll think, oh, I have to drive here or go do this. So I'm allowing time, and I'm kind of like planning that too, like making a ritual and having reverence for each moment so it slows it. Digestion's good, breathing is good. Like, I'm aware that I can't do everything that I want in a 24-hour period, and that's okay. And that's what we're learning as well. We don't have to be so constantly on the move. That's why I love the surrender to non-action. Now is a time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own powers and let others come to you. This is saying, it doesn't matter if it's in a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's in work. You don't have to constantly be producing, communicating, and reaching out. Let others come to you. And also, the end card talks about this too, giving and receiving help and love as well. We don't have to do everything by ourselves. Remind yourself of this if you see yourself, like, say, walking through the living room and grabbing a laundry basket and feeding your animals and checking your phone. And I sometimes, what I need to do too is, if I see a notification on my phone or a device, I'm like, hey, you don't have to reply, answer, or do this right now. It can become very distracting when you're trying to have peace of mind to try to answer emails and do all this. So this is like, let yourself be peaceful, which I love. I love the idea of surrendering, because when we surrender to calmness, to the universe's time plan, to patience, it's a whole nother ball game. It's much more peaceful. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to center. Now, I think we forget that, our lungs are the one organ that we can control through breath work, and it has a myriad of benefits when we do this. It communicates with our brain and says, hey, everything's okay. You're well. Everything's well. Slow down, focus, take your time with things. Because to tell you the truth, the one thing that will turn me from a loving, kind person into like an irritated monsoon is when people rush me, or I feel like I have a lack of time. So I kind of envision that there'll always be time, and whether I'm going somewhere, regardless. I'll give you a hint. Your husband's in the car, you're all going somewhere on a day trip, and all of a sudden you realize it could be a myriad of things. Let's just say, okay, you haven't taken your medication, you need chapstick, and you need a couple things, and they're honking the horn, and someone comes in and says, come on, we're leaving. That kind of thing. Like, in the day, I've communicated now that does no good. That just agitates the person. And let people know that too, please. If we're going somewhere, the word hurry up and come on are really agitating to, a restful spirit, because you would be going if you were ready, right? It stands to reason. And you can say that too to a family member. Hey, if I was ready, I'd obviously already be in the car, right? That only agitates me and changes my mood. So please just have some consideration. Would you like it if I did that to you? Just surrender. Take deep breaths if you feel pressurized in any moment. I mean, it just works wonders. And I used to be a breath holder, a shallow breather. Even now, sometimes when I'm doing my videos, I make sure that I pause in between sentences and take deep breaths. It's very cleansing, and you've heard that, from lots of readers and lots of spiritualists and yogis. Deep cleansing breath. That's exactly what it is. You're exhaling all those toxins and pressure. It's wonderful. Now, I love this last one. Surrender to receiving support and love. Hallelujah. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Yes, isn't it nice to see somebody bring you a cup of tea, find the remote for you, do these little things for you, take the garbage out? I'm really lucky. I have a two offspring, and they both are very helpful and loving and caring. And it's like, oh man, Joni, whenever they know I'm working, they are their pronouns. I totally lose track of time. Then all of a sudden I'll be like, I honestly will lose the will to get up and prepare any food. I'll just like, I don't know. It's weird if I have a very busy day and they will bring me like awesome avocado on toast, really thoughtful things. And Hagen will be, just task mongering around the house, garbages, all these things. That's very helpful. Ask also, because people aren't mind readers. And here's the number one thing and advice I can give you. Sometimes we have to be careful, because if we just start doing something, guess what? People then think we enjoy doing it, or it's now our task and it's on our agenda. So we have to let them know, listen, I really like when you do this portion of the work. It takes a lot off my plate. I really appreciate it. Show appreciation and gratitude. That goes a long way. I mean, every once in a while I'll tell Ian, I really appreciate when you do this, and he will do it over and over and over, because he knows it releases a burden, and it is also a gesture of love. That's one of his love languages, is to do things, and it's really lovely. And let others do this, because it makes them feel good too. That's like when you read all the parenting books, how they talk about your children like to feel a sense of responsibility, and like they are capable of things. So when they're young, that's why you give them their little issues, right? Make your bed, you can take your plates, put them in the sink, all of that. And then you see kids that absolutely have never had any boundaries or never had to do anything. They almost are incapable. They go off to college. I saw this on a reality show, and one person was like, what do you mean I have to clean the bathroom? And the mom was like, what are you talking about? They don't have maid services that come in college and do this. And they were like, just oblivious, because really, we have to create a sense of responsibility within our family and let them know too, adult or non-adult. It's like, hey, when you help me with this, it is so wonderful, and I really, really appreciate it. So I love these for our daily pops. And remember, whenever you feel yourself just opting upward and you feel any tension building, say, I surrender to calm, I surrender to bliss, and take like 3 deep breaths. I'm serious. That little communication from your body to your mind that says, hey, everything's cool, like, woo, I get to kind of cycle down and chill out. You'll find yourself moving with more ease, like ease and focus, and you'll feel the tension in your body drain out. You'll feel your shoulders relax, you'll feel your muscles relax, and you'll feel really, really good. And that's important. So you guys, absolute best love and light to you. If you go over to my IG, we have a new moon solar eclipse that is happening right in a couple of days on the 10th, and I'm offering a fun new moon solar eclipse special. If you go, it's like right on the head of my IG. It's only $25. It's a 20 or 30 minute private video on all these great aspects of, what to expect, how to manifest things, it's about like inner motivation and how to change where change is due. I know sometimes we get in that comfort zone and we're like, but I like it here, nothing too crazy is going on. Yeah, but no growth is really taking place either. I find when I do the same things, we like Colette Baron-Reed says, when we do what we do, we'll get what we got. And now we want new, we want bigger, brighter, we want to reach out, we want to extend and expand, and now is definitely the time for that. So love and light, you guys. I appreciate you so much for your comments and watching. You guys are the absolute best.